If you're a Canadian, and especially Albertan, take this upcoming information very seriously. My name is Jeff Lowe. I'm the Chief Financial Officer of Cool Financial and Consulting Industries and Director of Essential Properties. This will be a discussion on a recent blog article posted called Inflation Increasingly Annoying. Consider using real estate equity. Now, what's important, I guess, first of all, is people's definition of inflation. Now, my definition of inflation is this, is how long does it take for money to eat away at $1? So, I don't know, when I was learning in financial services, I was always told inflation was between 3 and 4%, which means that money, or $1, is going to get cut in half every 20 years. Now, what is it? I think it's every 10 years, and if you look at anything that you really spend money on a daily basis, including gasoline for your car and a few other things that I'll bring up later, money's actually cut in half every 10 years, and that's about a 7 or 8% inflation rate. Now, this is going to be dangerous to you because your cost of living is going to be affected, but more importantly is, why are we working? Why are we working so hard, and why are we here? It's so we can retire one day and have some time to ourselves. This puts that date even farther back for some people, and even impossible for others. Now, our local oil and gas reserves do not offset costs enough. You'll notice that Alberta is so, I guess, abundant in oil and gas, and even Canada and just in general, but I'm not getting enough checks in the mail, and you probably aren't either. This is going to make absolute financial retirement tougher, and even living here hardly justifiable over the long term anyway. Don't get me wrong, I'm Canadian and I'm happy one, but you need to understand this concept really fully. I guess first comment or something to think about is, let's say you're already investing between $50,000 and $100,000 a year. What are you investing that into to keep up in inflation and also still make a decent rate of return? Second comment is I was always told that you have to make 12% when you invest money, and that'll double your money every 6 years with for those of you that know the rule of 72. And so now if we had to make 12%, do we add the 8% on top of that now? So do we have to make 20% a year just so we can keep up and have a shot? I guess the other thing with that comment is, how many 6-year doubling periods do we have in our life, even if all the investments we get involved in work out? So now, here are some real life examples. First one, electricity costs monthly 10 years ago during the winter. If you can, take a look back. Heating bill, let's take one of the coldest winters we've had. Look at the cost to heat your house that month. 10 years ago, again, it'll be double. Cost per barrel and per liter of oil, 10 years ago, double. Gasoline costs per liter, I know that's something we do a lot, fill up our cars. If you look back 10 years, my example is correct again, the price has doubled. My last example, Sun Chips. I think they were $1.80, $2. I ate these 8-10 years ago. You guessed it, double. And so the question to you that I want to present is, have your income and your investment dollars annually, have they also doubled from 10 years ago? And I think generally most people's haven't, and that poses a huge problem. So maybe I've scared you somewhat. Maybe I've just get you thinking more about how annoying inflation really is. And so there are some solutions. Some of them are harsh, but I will give them to you. First one is work longer and sacrifice family or personal time to upkeep your quality of life, to keep up with inflation. Work smarter at another career that pays more money, but you have to work the same hours. Lower your standard of living and travels. Fourth idea to combat inflation, move off the continent at some point in the future. And the last one, which I think is the most viable solution, is consider using real estate equity safely to hedge against inflation, provide potential creditor protection, create an annual tax deduction for you, and especially provide a stronger financial future. Now remember, investment safety is achieved through effective research and due diligence. More information is at coolprivatewealth.com. My name's Jeff Lowe, CFO. Thanks for listening.